Did you know that your constant fatigue, anxiety, sugar cravings, or even dull skin could all trace back to your gut, the so-called second brain that ultimately determines your overall health? Hello, friends. My name is Ethan Marshall. I'm 60 years old and a physician here in the United States specializing in health and wellness. I've spent my entire career studying the connection between the body and the gut, and here's a truth that often shocks people. You can take vitamins every day. You can exercise consistently. But if your gut isn't healthy, your body will never truly be healthy. It may sound simple, but this is a foundation that both modern medicine and science today fully recognize. Before we go any further, take a second to hit subscribe. Give this video a like and share it with others. Your support helps us keep creating valuable content so our community can live healthier and longer. When people think about the gut, most assume it's just about digestion. But the gut is actually the human body's second brain. Inside, it lives a vast ecosystem of around 100 trillion bacteria, twice as many as all the cells in your body combined. These bacteria don't just break down food, they regulate the immune system, produce hormones, influence your energy levels, your skin health, and even your mood. Research from the U.S. National Institutes of Health has shown that over 70% of the immune system resides right in the gut lining, which means that when this ecosystem is disrupted, our ability to fight off illness declines dramatically. That's why more and more experts, myself included, call the gut the command center of health, rather than just a digestive tube. Picture your gut as a bustling city home to trillions of citizens, the bacteria working together to maintain order and prosperity. When everything is in balance, the city runs smoothly. Your body absorbs nutrients, generates energy, and stays protected from harmful invaders. But if a group of harmful bacteria rise up and take over the city, falls into chaos, you feel fatigued, your resistance drops, your spirit suffers. In clinical practice, I've seen countless patients over the age of 50 who believe fatigue was just a natural part of aging. Yet once they adjusted their diet and restored gut health, they rediscovered an energy and vitality they thought they had lost forever. From both a scientific and practical perspective, the message is clear. A healthy gut is the root of total body health. A strong heart, a sharp mind, and a resilient immune system all begin in the same place, the gut. That's why when you embark on the journey of caring for your health, you must start with what seems humble, but is in reality the most powerful part of your body. And now, I want to leave you with a question. If you had to choose the single most important factor in maintaining overall health, what would it be? A. Exercising daily. B. Keeping your gut healthy. Share your answer in the comments below. I'm eager to hear your thoughts. When the gut falls into imbalance, the human body often sends out clear warning signals that many people tend to overlook. These signs may begin with seemingly minor issues such as bloating, persistent fatigue, unusual sugar cravings, brain fog that makes it difficult to focus, skin problems, irregular bowel movements, or even sudden mood swings and unexplained anxiety. Modern medical research shows that these are not isolated symptoms, but rather messages from the gut signaling disruption in the microbial ecosystem and a weakening of the gut lining's natural protective barrier. One of the most concerning conditions is what's known as leaky gut. When the intestinal wall is damaged, tiny gaps can form, allowing toxins, bacteria, and even undigested food particles to slip through the lining and enter directly into the bloodstream. The immune system immediately reacts by triggering inflammation, which can lead to a host of consequences, such as food allergies, hypersensitivity reactions, and the activation of autoimmune diseases. This mechanism explains why some patients frequently suffer from joint pain, skin rashes, or chronic fatigue, even when standard medical tests fail to pinpoint a clear cause. The impact of gut health, however, is not limited to the physical body. It extends deeply into mental well-being as well. Neuroscience has demonstrated that about 90% of serotonin and nearly 50% of dopamine, the two key neurotransmitters that regulate mood, sleep, appetite, and concentration, are produced in the gut, not the brain. As a result, when the gut microbiome falls out of balance. Individuals may experience anxiety, depression, or persistent brain fog, all of which diminish quality of life. The close connection between the gut and the brain is becoming increasingly recognized in medical literature, opening the door to more comprehensive approaches for treating both psychological disorders and chronic illnesses. From a clinical perspective, identifying these early warning signs of gut dysfunction and understanding the mechanisms of leaky gut are crucial in preventing and managing disease. This underscores the fact that protecting gut health is not merely a matter of nutrition, but rather a holistic medical strategy aimed at maintaining immune stability, reducing chronic inflammation, and supporting a healthy mind. In understanding gut health, one of the most decisive factors is being able to clearly distinguish between foods and habits that harm it and those that nourish and restore it. Research has consistently shown that many common foods in the modern diet are actually key drivers of imbalance in the gut microbiome and the weakening of the intestinal lining. Artificial sweeteners, for example, have been found to alter the composition of gut bacteria and disrupt metabolic processes. Similarly, refined seed oils such as canola or soybean oil products of industrial processing and rich in omega-6 fatty acids are associated with chronic inflammatory responses that exacerbate digestive issues. Alcohol, with its toxic effects on both the liver and the intestinal lining, is also regarded as a major factor in malabsorption and gut inflammation. In addition, gluten can trigger adverse immune reactions in sensitive individuals, resulting in damage to the intestinal barrier. The frequent consumption of fast food and packaged products loaded with preservatives, additives, and refined sugars further burdens the digestive system while feeding harmful bacteria, tipping the microbial ecosystem out of balance. On the other hand, numerous natural foods have been shown to help restore and strengthen gut health by providing essential nutrients and supporting beneficial microbes. Bone broth, with its high levels of collagen, amino acids, and minerals, aids in repairing and reinforcing the intestinal lining. Fermented foods such as kimchi, yogurt, kombucha, and sauerkraut deliver a rich supply of probiotics that directly promote microbial balance in the gut. Cooked vegetables provide easily digestible fiber, supporting steady bowel movements, while traditional spices like garlic and ginger supply antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory compounds that enhance digestion naturally. Blueberries, abundant in antioxidants, contribute to protecting cells from damage and bolster the intestinal barrier's resilience. When placed within the framework of Arnold Ehret's nutritional philosophy in Rational Fasting Mucusless Diet Healing System, often translated as eating to heal, a striking parallel emerges. Ehret argued that most diseases stem from the accumulation of mucus, a byproduct of diets rich in processed starches, dairy, and meat. This mucus, according to him, obstructs the natural functioning of the intestines, reduces detoxification efficiency, and weakens the body. His proposed solution focused on consuming fresh, minimally processed foods, especially vegetables and fruits, as a way to gradually cleanse both the gut and the blood, thereby restoring overall vitality. When this perspective is considered alongside modern scientific evidence, it reinforces the central point. Food is not merely fuel to sustain life, but is also a primary tool for maintaining microbial balance and preventing the onset of chronic disorders. To restore and maintain a healthy digestive system, the healing process must follow a structured evidence-based sequence, from removing harmful triggers to rebuilding the intestinal barrier and rebalancing the microbiome. The first step is eliminating foods and chemicals known to drive inflammation, which damage the gut lining and create an environment where harmful bacteria thrive. This elimination is not merely a matter of dietary restriction, but a critical process of clearing the field, preparing the gut for repair and renewal. The next focus is on repairing the intestinal lining, which serves as the body's biological barrier against toxins and foreign microbes. Clinical nutrition studies have demonstrated that glutamine, an amino acid along with zinc and certain anti-inflammatory herbs, plays a vital role in regenerating and strengthening this structure. Consistent supplementation with these nutrients helps restore the integrity of the gut wall, thereby reducing the risk of permeability and chronic inflammation. Equally crucial is the step of rebalancing the gut microbiome, the foundation for long-term stability. Multi-strain probiotics containing at least 60 billion CFU have been shown to effectively restore microbial diversity and vitality, especially when combined with prebiotics and dietary fiber that create an optimal nutrient environment for beneficial bacteria. Traditional compounds such as triphala zinc carnosine, licorice, and ginger further support digestive function and help modulate inflammatory responses, reinforcing the gut's resilience. Lifestyle factors must also be addressed as they exert constant influence on gut health. Adequate sleep allows both the immune system and the autonomic nervous system to maintain equilibrium, while proper hydration ensures smooth metabolic function and toxin elimination. Breathing exercises can ease stress and improve blood flow to the digestive tract. Consistently eliminating refined sugar, gluten, and alcohol from daily meals further minimizes the risk of recurring inflammation. Clinical observations have repeatedly confirmed that patients who commit to this full protocol for 6 to 8 weeks often experience significant improvements, more regular digestion, greater energy levels, and clearer, healthier skin. When applied systematically and paired with a balanced lifestyle, these interventions form a comprehensive strategy for restoring gut health, laying down a solid foundation for overall physical and mental well-being. When the journey of gut care and recovery is carried out properly, the body begins to send unmistakable signals that the healing process is underway. The first sign is regular bowel movements with constipation and erratic diarrhea, giving way to stable and consistent digestion. This improvement reflects restored motility, a balanced microbiome, and a gut lining functioning in a healthy state. Bloating decreases significantly, gas production during digestion is kept under control, and meals leave behind a sense of comfort rather than heaviness. The body begins to maintain steady energy levels, no longer suffering from sudden fatigue or midday crashes, which indicates that nutrient absorption has been enhanced. Outwardly, the skin clears and brightens, acne or inflammation fades, confirming that chronic inflammatory processes are being brought under control. Chemical balance within the body also brings mental clarity, steadier moods, and reduced anxiety or brain fog. Another encouraging sign is the diminishing craving for sugar, as the microbiome is no longer dominated by bacteria that fuel sugar dependence, and serotonin production is once again stable. When these changes appear together, they confirm that the gut has entered a sustainable phase of healing. From this evidence, the conclusion is clear. The gut is not simply a digestive organ, but the very foundation of whole body health. It plays a central role in sustaining immunity, regulating hormones, protecting skin integrity, and stabilizing mental well-being. Caring for and maintaining gut health, therefore, should not be seen as optional or secondary, but as the cornerstone of a complete health strategy. Arnold Ehret's nutritional philosophy underscores this truth with his reminder that food can become medicine if only we know how to choose. Returning to natural, minimally processed foods paired with balanced lifestyle practices is the most enduring path toward harmony in both body and mind. Each daily decision, what we eat, how we rest, how we handle stress, shapes the health of the gut, which in turn dictates the overall vitality of the body in the long term. Gut health, then, is not merely about digestion. It is the operating foundation of both the body and the mind. Viewed through this lens, we see a comprehensive picture of the gut as the second brain, home to trillions of bacteria that govern immunity, hormones, energy, and emotional balance. When the gut falters, the body sends signals ranging from bloating and fatigue to anxiety, brain fog, and even autoimmune disease. At the root lies damage to the intestinal lining, especially in conditions like leaky gut, where toxins and microbes breach the barrier and ignite systemic inflammation. This is why timely recognition and proper intervention are vital for prevention and healing. The modern diet, overloaded with artificial sweeteners, refined oils, alcohol, gluten, and processed foods, has undermined gut resilience. In contrast, bone broth, fermented foods, cooked vegetables, garlic, ginger, and blueberries can restore balance and integrity. Ehret's call to simplicity, choosing fresh, unprocessed foods offers a timeless solution aligned with modern science. Through systematic healing, removing inflammatory triggers, repairing with nutrients, and rebalancing with probiotics and fiber, recovery becomes tangible. Patients often see improvements in digestion, energy, skin, and mood within weeks. This proves that nurturing gut health is synonymous with nurturing the body and mind as a whole. The profound lesson is this: true health begins in the gut, and the small, consistent choices we make each day about food, sleep, and stress determine the strength of that foundation. In practical terms, start small, reduce processed foods, add vegetables and fermented foods to your meals, and pay closer attention to rest and relaxation. These modest but steady steps will yield transformative changes over time. Question for you: what is the single most important habit you believe should be changed first to improve gut health? Share your thoughts in the comments so we can all learn together. And finally, to receive your special gift, our ebook on healing health, please fill out the form in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit like, and share this video to support us in bringing more valuable content to our community.